Is it going to take? There we go. Oh, Xiniu's going to go for Archimedes.
He decided to become an Archimedes player.
As LSR is no longer in this tournament right now, Xiniu shall be the Archimedes representative for the church and clergy.
For those of you who don't know as much about the game, the different commanders are just the colors of your units. They don't have any special powers. But here we go. Gonna pass this off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's going to be game one, Xiniu versus ZenoAkoop here, and this is going to be quite the battle indeed, but come on, map generation, you can do better than this.
Ooh, this is going to be an interesting one. ZenoAkoop instantly scouts what's up. Make sure you sync up with the replay, because there was some delay before the game actually started.
Yep. I'm currently at 20 seconds just now.
Perfect. All right. So both players know where each other are, and it's going to be a matter of who builds a warren, who builds what. Xeniu's base is really easy to defend, and unless of course he builds a warren right there.
Oh, both of them just scouting each other's really four warrens out here, though. Xeniu just puts it right next to his base, so if he does lose a fight there, he is in danger of losing farms. While Xeniu, he puts up really far forward away from his farm. Knowing that he does have some side advantage, he probably feels that his warrens are his mill is a little bit safer. It looks like we do have our first units coming in, lizard versus squirrel.
ZenoAkoop can sit his squirrels behind a warren and he's going to be fine, whereas Xeniu has to be really careful about how he positions his lizards.
He's trying to juke him out with the mines. Right there, he does sell immediately though when he sees Xeno approaching with his units right now. And one good thing is that Xeno doesn't have some toads out yet, so if Xeniu can get his units out faster, his lizards could possibly overwhelm Xeno. He's still going straight into squirrels, looks like.
Xeno doesn't need toads currently because he can sit his squirrels behind the warren. And Xeniu, alright, so this is his early fox. So we will see
oh my gosh,
6-farm fox from Xeniu. He has played this a few times, and we will see if it's effective. If ZenoAkoop just plays his style and greeds up, and he's going to go ferrets probably
he's
to
also
push his back. But Xenu's fox, the warren is 2/3 done. So we'll have about a minute, and then we will have a fox on the field.
He also put down 2 mines and a machine gun nest in his front line to reinforce that front line there, so it's going to be a little bit harder for Xeno to actually fight into it. He does finally get 2 warrens of toads out as well. So we're going to have a bit of a brawl here, though. Shouldn't you go for more of a defensive way here?
Xeno knows something is up, and he does scout.
Will he find it? Yeah, he finds it. Alright. So
but a fox is on the way. It has about 30 seconds, 25 seconds left. So ZenoAkoop's in trouble.
Alright, here comes Xeno trying to make a aggressive assault here. Takes out the machine gun nest and the warren as well, so he's gonna lose out a little bit on lizard. He still has a backup warren on the hill just in case.
Went just in time. I believe this is gonna be strong enough.
No more warrens, so the lizards are kind of left on their own right now. No more lizards for Xeniu. He has nothing to defend his farms right now. Xeno could just close this one out.
Now.
Oh!
He has to micro it really well.
Alright.
He has to make sure he doesn't run into a corner here.
Xeniu, he cannot lose his fox anymore, but he is going to be pushing back Xeno just a little bit, but he is now still behind on farm. He's only just now put up 2 more farms here. Still going to be a farm behind.
With MG nest. This is really nice from him.
What can you do with the fox on your own?
Well, he just has to start picking up units now, and he can do it. There's no wall of MG nest just yet. Picks up a farm, really nice. There's some roads that you can move around on, but yeah, Xeno is just going to put up a wall of MG nests, and now this fox is going to lose a lot of its value. Xeniu is quite far behind now. He has to get his farms up, get an army up, whereas Xeno already has 5 tier 1 warrens.
The good news I could say for Xeniu is that he has a lot more space to actually grow out more. He can probably go for a possible very far expansion if need be. Xeno is
very
considering
nice.
one too.
Running around the MG nest, it's not quite a complete wall. And ZenoAkoop loses another farm. So the fox has definitely gotten enough value, I feel. It's just unfortunate that Xeno had that he lost some farms for it. Xeniu lost some farms for it.
Yeah, there's one possible avenue of attack that Xeniu can take is that water area. There's no machine gun nest there to actually defend that side.
He can go up north, like he did.
North too. Yeah, he's gonna do it again. He takes out a couple units here and there and just tries to drive them a little bit forward. The Fox is going to be in range, but already pulled back to the high ground. Now he has a few more units here in his retinue to defend his base, and Xeno going to have to back out for the time being. In the meantime, he's going to build a wolf of his own right now, going to see if he can buff up his economy as well as his build time and see what he can do with it. How would a wolf synergize with his units? Or is he just going to focus the wolf?
Wolf is pretty strong because the toad's running really fast. But he has to be careful with if the wolf buffs his farms too much, he's going to starve out really soon.
Can the wolf buff an MG nest?
Yes.
Okay, so that could be the play Xeno might be going for in order to
ridiculous.
Face off against
about halfway
Fox.
done, so there's about 15 seconds left now. Xeniu's breaking down this MG nest wall, so now the Fox can... Yeah, so the Fox has free reign now. He can start poking and poking. Xeniu has expanded, whereas Xeno is down on 4 farms. So now it's Xeno who's waiting for his tier 3. Looks like it is going to finish, so he does have a wolf now.
Oh, the toads are going in. The wolf is out in the open, but he's in the front on the line here, loses its life immediately. Xinyu still has its Fox at a very healthy level here, now to be backed up with some more reinforcements. Xeno trying to see if he can distract the MG nest, but it's too late. Xeno has to call the GG, and Xinyu wins game number 1.
ZenoAkoop not pulling his wolf back, and it just gets sniped. That was rather unfortunate. And that will put Xeniu, the upcoming good player, I need a better word for it, but he will take game 1.
The up-and-comer.
Up-and-comer.
Greenhorn.
Yeah, all these words.
He's doing really well so far. He's reading what Xeno is doing, and he's using the map to his advantage. I will say it is a little bit of an unfortunate map for Xeno for that one, especially since Xinyu starts on a very high ground and Xeno in a corner with the water on one side of his farm. Hopefully this time he won't get a map that's possibly too one-sided.
Let's see what will happen. Waiting for Xeniu to ready up, and then we can get into game number 2 of this series.
You won game 1, you need to win 2 more, Xinyu. You haven't won just yet.
Now this is where the meta game is going to start, where who does what, who adapts in what way. It's going to be interesting, to say the least.
So we know that both of these players are very creative in their builds. I mean, are we going to see like a rock, paper, scissors relationship, and if they decide to go squirrels, lizards, toads?
It depends on the the amount of mind games. We'll have to see. Not sure what's happening. We are asking the players if they can ready up. We can get game 2 underway.
Alright, and did you think it was a good idea for Xeno to stick with the MGN nest wall for that long?
Totally. Yeah, the MG nest wall prevented the Fox from doing too much damage early on, and then unfortunately it wasn't completely tight, so he lost 2 farms, which slowed down his game plan quite a bit. And then he didn't defend his MGs, which I think may have been a mistake.
I mean, once Xinyu got his army back up, he was able to take out one single MG nest with relative ease, and just from there began to stomp out the rest of Xeno's army here, including the wolf. And now we're going to see Xeno go for a different tier 3. He's going to go for the owl instead.
Yeah, Xenio's probably looking to change up his build as well. He's not going for the Fox Rush this time. This could be any tier 2 push with pigeons. Either early ferrets or early snakes, we'll have to see.
Alright, here we go into game number 2. It's going to be ZenoAkoop versus Xinyu. Let's see how ZenoAkoop will adapt to this map. It looks relatively a little bit better for him this time. The map divided neatly in 2 by high ground.
Yeah, I expect both players to get an early expansion of this map. Xeniu's base only has 1 entrance really, because of the forest and the cliffs around it. Whereas ZenoAkoop's base, same story, only 1 entrance with an easy expansion right outside of the entrance, so chances are we get some 2 base action.
Alright, so tell me, what are the timings that each player is going to go for? Xeno has the owl in his retinue along with 2 tier 2s. In the meantime, Xinyu has mostly tier 1s and has tier 2s in the form of ferret and snake. No tier 3s in his backing, so are we going to expect something faster to come out of Xinyu's side?
I think Xeniu is opting for 4 or 6 snakes with pigeon support, and use those kind of as super squirrels, whereas ZenoAkoop is looking to get probably 4 ferrets plus an owl or something like that to do a timing push with the owl, but it depends on whether or not he wants an expansion before going for the tier 3. With an
Now,
I think it would be reasonable.
Possibly something a little bit more relevant, as we've seen this for 3 matches now in a row. Players are now going for these 5-farm, 6-farm Warren rushes here. In previous patches, you usually see that the safest way to win a match is to go straight for the 8-farm into a Warren to secure your economy game, but now players seem to be going more for the early game here. What's sort of been the cause of that shift here, you think?
I think the damage on the tier 1s, the lizards and squirrels having 3 damage, means they can threaten farms a lot better. Especially the lizards, because you can change the angle of your attack rather easily, so you can pick off the corner farm really quickly and get out. It's a bit of a shift. A lot of players are building the 5-farm Warren, but not really doing much with it, so you could just not build it and be fine if you're the opponent. Especially like if you go early squirrels, it's hard to go aggressive with squirrels. And looks like Xiniu is adding on ferrets as his first tier 2.
Alright, both sides actually go with ferrets.
Yeah, but ZenoAkoop does have a base already.
Alright, looks like Xiniu is waiting for some more food to come out. He is going to put one more warren of squirrels to his army right there. Hasn't decided to expand quite yet, but he is going to start to advance with his army. Doesn't have the ferrets out quite yet, though, so it looks like he's just going to scout things out ahead and make sure that Xeno isn't up to anything crazy here right now in the meantime.
ZenoAkoop does not have pigeons, so he will eventually lose ferret poke wars, I imagine. Since he'll have a lot of time.
What if he gets the falcon up as well?
Against too many squirrels, it's going to be rather tricky to have the falcons be super effective.
Alright.
Yeah, so Xeno has an MG nest, but that is not going to live very long against the ferret pressure. And Xeno losing 2 squirrels already.
Alright, here we go. The ferret already pressuring this MG nest right now, trying to draw the attention away. He actually was it destroyed or did he sell it?
He sold it, but not for full value.
Okay, so it did get 1 tap from the ferret before Xeno decided to sell it off, and here we go. Both sides just darting around each other right now with the ferrets in their army right now. Although it does look like Xiniu does have the larger army size, the squirrels on the side of Xeno, they're kind of losing all their lives right now. The ferret's still doing fine for ZenoAkoop. They're pushing away Xiniu's army, and Xiniu feels like he's going to have to back up for the time being.
I feel like Xeno comes ahead in that trade because he had this farm going for a while, whereas Xiniu only just now is adding on some economy.
Yeah, no economy damage done to Xeno at all. He put his farm behind the mill there, makes it a little bit harder to target from the ferrets, and now it looks like Xeno is going to advance his way up to the middle ground. He's approaching the MG nest. He doesn't have it in sight. Yeah, no pigeons here to help out with the vision, so
he's adding on falcons though, so in 30 seconds he'll have a falcon, and then he has high ground vision.
Alright, let's see how Xiniu will probably respond to this. He's going to bring out the snakes here for himself, along with another warren. Oh, 2 warrens with the snakes. Here we go. It's a party now.
Yeah, Xeniu is switching from squirrels into snakes. It looks like he sold 2 of his squirrel warrens and is going snakes instead.
Oh, we got the owl coming out from Xeno, though. He's going to put the owl in the backlands right now. In the meantime, he's advancing his way towards the middle ground once again. He has the falcon for the vision. Here we go. Let's see the ferrets can take it out. They're going for Xiniu first, so Xiniu is able to guide some of their shots first, but it's not going to stop the MG nest from being taken out. That's 1 MG nest. They're aiming for the second one.
Xiniu has to buy time for his snakes to come out, but these MG nests aren't really buying any time, you're just losing him food.
I love the way that Xeno is like just microwaving his ferrets around all the opposing ferret shots, making sure they don't get hit at all whatsoever. And now safely taking out 3 MG nests with no hassle at all.
ZenoAkoop going double owl.
What?
He has a second owl warren.
Oh my gosh, there it is.
That's on the way.
Alright, so how much of an army value does this add to Xeno's army then? He's gonna have...
Depends on what ZenoAkoop is going to do with his owls. If he uses them for slow value, not that much. If he wants to just win the game, 2 owls popping, a lot.
Alright, well, the snakes are making their way into it right now, but not too many taps of poison. One falcon now tapped with poison. Here we go. The ticker is going down for it. No pigeon to heal the poison wounds. But in the meantime, the owl is now up.
Yeah, the first owl is up. The other one is going to take a little bit before it starts.
And in this patch, the owl's gotten much stronger in that the mice have been pretty buffed in this patch.
Unfortunately for ZenoAkoop, his falcon dies just as he was about to have enough food for the owl, so the owl is delayed again as he has to wait for the 180, which he has now. So in 40 seconds he will have his second owl. I don't know if he wants to push right now.
He's going to go ahead with it. He's going to lead his way with the mice and the owl, just in case the owl dies. He'll have the mice bomb at the ready. But the mice are taking a lot of the shots here right now. They even take the forward base that Xiniu was trying to go for. And here we go. The tier. Was he trying to build a warren up there?
And this pressure might just be too much for Xiniu, because his snakes aren't really able to do the damage here. And these squirrels and owls just coming forward, killing all of Xiniu's warrens.
And the mice, they're tanking all the poison shots from the snake right now. The owl goes down, but here come a bunch of mice ready to play here with Xiniu's troops here. All the warrens are now gone for Xiniu. He has barely anything left here. His army is the only thing left he has. If that dies, it's gone forever. But Xeno, he has him trapped in the corner. There's no escape for Xiniu here. He's just going to have to watch his units die one by one. The owl reinforcement is here, and that's going to be game. ZenoAkoop with the owl strategy takes game number 2.
The owl bomb is still quite strong, since Andy Wen decided that the mice weren't strong enough, so he gave them 15 HP and some extra damage. That's pretty good.
The mice,
that ties the series 1-1.
The mice tanked so much damage from Xinyu's army that by the time the mice finally wore down, the rest of Xeno's army already slowly inching their way forward from the back lines. It was a great play from Xeno from that one, and let's see how Xinyu's going to respond to this. His snakes kind of got rendered useless in that last fight.
Yeah, the snakes unfortunately they weren't able to sit and do damage, because there were a few too many squirrels from ZenoAkoop's side to just out DPS the snakes. We'll see how this players adapt for the next game.
And Xiniu, he looks like he's going for a very similar strategy, although it's mostly tier 1s, mines, and ferrets. So probably looking for that early game aggression here. In the meantime, Xeno looking like he's sticking with the same composition. Alright, here we go. It's going to be game number 3, ZenoAkoop versus Xiniu. Currently tied 1-1.
This is a Xeno map.
Oh gosh.
He doesn't really have a third base, but it is allows for a second expansion rather easily. Xeniu is not going for lizards despite picking a lot of tier 1. So we'll see what his play is.
Gonna go stick with the squirrels for the time being right now. There's a lot of open space here in the middle of the map. Who is this gonna favor?
As the game goes on, I feel like Xeniu has an advantage because ZenoAkoop getting a third base is going to be a bit tricky. Other than that, I'm not sure. Xeniu might be going for 5-farm Squirrel Mole to go for some really early pressure.
No, he already has his warren down. The squirrel's out there ready. Xeno just plopped down his first squirrel warren right now. It's going to be on the edge of that high ground here, so it's going to be a nice little defense there. He also puts up an machine gun nest here in front of the farms to protect it from any early attacks from Xiniu. In the meantime, Xiniu looks like he's just going to econ up for the time being, going to see if he can do anything with the squirrels, but it looks like he's just going to try to figure out how to enter Xeno's base first. Although Xeno did sell off that MGN.
Yeah, because he didn't see the earlier moles. Xeniu's going 6-farm ferrets with 1 tier 1 warren currently. Looks like he wants to just pressure really early with these ferrets. Try to get him out as soon as possible, but I don't know if skipping out on the farms is going to pay off. Although ZenoAkoop is finishing up his last farm. So
he's also putting down the pigeon as well, so he is going to have that high ground vision with his ferrets. So
I believe ZenoAkoop scouted the tier 2 warren though, so he has an idea.
Yep, it looks like you can see it in the visibility there. In the darkness, there is the T2 as he sees. It looks like, although Xeno doesn't really seem to be committing to anything right now. He was thinking about going for an expansion, decides not to. Instead, just builds up his army for the time being to fend off any attackers. Has 2 warrens of toads, 3 warrens of squirrels. And here comes Xinyu's army already marching down past the middle of the map here. Although it looks like they're being out DPS right now, Xeno's actually able to get some nice shots in against Xinyu's squirrels. And forcing Xinyu way back.
He was trying to set up with a landmine, but it didn't look
Oh, the toad almost went off! That would have been devastating if that did happen, but now Xinyu back on the high ground. He is going to have the advantage to push out Xeno. And looks like he may actually press the attack. He's going to go a little bit towards Xeno's boundaries here.
Only 4 squirrels, though. It's going to be rather hard.
All right, here we go. The Ferret trying to see if he can do any poking damage, but Xeno's already on the counterattack, forcing Xiniu away from the middle of the match, and away they go back to the high ground. Although Xeno, he's still pushing in right now. He doesn't care about the high ground. His toads are going to come in and do a lot of damage right now, and he is pulling his army back so far behind it. The toads are being led through by the pigs, but they still get their explosion damage off. But the ferrets...
Picks off a farm. Xeniu is on 1 pigeon warren and a ferret warren, and it has been on 6 farms for a very long time. Only now decides to add on those farms, but ZenoAkoop can just go again with his...
Oh, he's put up the mines right now. If the mine gets finished in time, he could do some damage, but it's only 1 mine. And here they go.
It's going to get finished.
Oh, it does blow up the first toad and a lot of damage to the squirrels, but is it enough? Here comes Xeno's army marching their way up the stairs here. It looks like the ferret is enough to fend them off right now. Xeno does not have enough army value to continue on forward.
Xeno can just wait a minute, wait 30 seconds and go again, because Xeniu doesn't have any units right now.
Oh, he sold up his ferret too. The mines are being away. That's it. Xinyu's out of money here, and Xeno will take game number 3.
Xeniu going for a very aggressive play, hoping to set up a staging area with ferrets, but he only had 6 farms to back it up, and as the game went later, ZenoAkoop just had the advantage, because he had a higher economy, was just keeping his warrens alive.
So wasn't the mistake going to ferrets that early on and not giving much of it?
I believe Xeniu's idea was good. He may have... I don't know if neglecting the farms was a good idea. And if he'd gotten the landmine up, then he could have set his ferrets on the landmine, and ZenoAkoop would have a hard time pushing past the mine, because it does AoE damage. And then the ferrets would have been able to sit still and do damage.
Alright, well, Xeno does take the win over this game right now. We're going to be waiting on for game number 4 right now here. And with Xeno with the lead right now. And Xinyu is going to have to probably change up his strategy a little bit, make sure he pays attention to his economy. Although he did pull out that win in game number 1. So what do you think he can pull off here in game number 4?
Oh, we'll have to see. I know Xeniu has a bunch of strategies that he can play, but the question is, does he feel confident enough to pull out something ridiculous or non-standard and pull out a win against ZenoAkoop? Because if he loses 1 more game, he's out of the tournament. So I'm just not sure if he goes for something like the tier 3 again. Alright,
well, Xeno, he's on the way, almost ready. Xinyu, we're just waiting for him to get the lobby ready and set up right now. Do you think Xinyu will go for a more conservative style play, or is he going to do something super risky?
He's going to go for 8 farms again, because not going farms is very risky.
All right, well, here we go. Into the lobby we go. Xinyu's going to be picking up the wolf once again. No, actually, no. Xinyu's going to pick up the wolf for the first time. It was Xeno that picked the wolf in game 1. Wolf and snake. Machine gun poison.
Can be good. He's getting a balloon to secure him some time, I think, which is a good idea. I don't know if squirrel is the way to go, because he really likes playing lizard, but obviously he thinks squirrels are better in this scenario, or he wouldn't pick them. And ZenoAkoop's taking some time. It is tricky, I think, to figure out what your opponent could be going for in a situation like this.
Alright, well,
I think ZenoAkoop is just going to stick to what he does best. Go with ferrets, go with squirrels, and then some tier 3.
Oh, we got the owl coming out again for ZenoAkoop. He's going to be pairing it with the ferret. Falcon now decides not to go for the owl. Thinking about what he wants to do for a tier 3 possibly. Alright, he is going to go with the owl. Here we go. Game number 4. ZenoAkoop versus Xinyu. Let's see how this is going to go. In this map here, we have Xinyu once again on the high ground here. You cannot attack Master Anakin, for I have the high ground.
Both players probably kind of okay with this map. ZenoAkoop maybe not so much, because he does have low ground, high ground right outside of his base. But we'll see here. I don't think it's too bad to work with.
Yeah, how many expansions are on this map? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 expansions, and all laid out very nicely, all nicely spread out across the map, so everyone has their options
map.
here.
Maps, 1v1 maps in Tube and Tail have between 7 and 9 windmills. This is 9 of them on a rather small map, so there's a lot of bases.
Alright, well, the early warrens are coming out. Xeno going for the 4 farm warren here instead. Although no, he sells it off. He's just gonna go straight into farms.
With that high ground outside of his base, that may be risky against the squirrels, because this is the one kind of map where early squirrel can be good, I think. Where you can just sit on high ground outside of your opponent's base. Oh, Xeniu is okay.
Oh, he sold off his too.
Yep. He
Okay,
has
both.
the mines, which is going to slow down his warren timing, because he has 40 food invested in those mines.
Alright,
Xeno
well,
Coop.
Xeno.
He has to do this.
Alright,
Oh, wait,
no,
never mind.
no. Oh, he's going right in front of Xinyu's home here.
I think he scouts that the warren was really late, so goes for a very aggressive mill, and
He's like,
Xeniu
get off my lawn!
snakes doesn't have a good way of dealing with this.
Get off my lawn, damn it! He's just pounding his fist. Now the land area for Xinyu got severely cut in half. Holy crap.
ZenoAkoop going for a contained play, betting on the fact that Xeniu doesn't have ferrets, and he does not.
Uh-oh. He does have snakes. He's going to bring the snakes out as fast as he possibly can. And now he's going to swing his squirrels around. Try to go for it, but he's a little bit scared. He sees Xeno's squirrels sitting behind the mill, but he's going to go for it anyways. And ZenoAkoop going to swing his units around here, trying to see if he can. He does get one. The mine does go, but doesn't
Only
really
on one squirrel.
do much.
So
Yeah.
Best case scenario for Xeno.
And now he's going to build another machine gun nest, make it even harder to build things right now, and tank some more shots.
Xeniu also has a sniper balloon if he wants to go that route, but ZenoAkoop has his first ferret on the way, so in 25 seconds that'll be done. And then he doesn't have high ground vision quite yet, but the ferret is going to add a lot of pressure.
Machine gun nest, though. The line of machine gun nest is ready for this contained play right here, right now. The snake does get a tag on it, so get something from it.
ZenoAkoop forced to sell it. Does have the first ferret out now.
Alright, he's gonna build it once again here, but the snake can tag the first machine gun nest from a while ago. And Xeno!
Unfortunately loses his commander, but Xeniu not responding immediately, respecting the machine gun nest.
Yeah, he's a little bit too scared of going off on his own, as he's just doing his best trying to tag the machine gun nest, making sure that Xeno can't put them up in time. Oh.
That's bad.
No pigeons for Xeno. He cannot heal his ferret, and it is gonna die a very slow death. And Xinyu, he is microwaving those snakes very nicely here, avoiding all the ferret shots right now, making sure only the squirrels take the damage from him. He is doing his best. He's spending a lot of time building and rebuilding these turrets here, but he's also starting to reinforce his own army a bit. He has another farm down on that very forward mill, but Xinyu is still trying to dance around these machine gun nests. Now going to come in from the front line. One snake is going to be taken now, however. He's trying to go for another one, but the second snake almost dead. Just a sliver of health left, but he does take out a good number of squirrels and a machine gun nest again. The other one ticking down with some more poison as well. Can they do it? The snake just wants to tag a poison. He tags the one of the ferrets. It's going to go die very, very soon right now. And now he's going to be dancing around the mill. He does get the poison tag onto the mill right now. And he has a second snake up again.
That's a forward base dead for ZenoAkoop. Now, ZenoAkoop never built his 8th farm back at home. But he is still going to try and push in here, it looks like. Oh, he steps on that one mine that was built a long time ago.
And he also dies here. You can say goodbye to his ferrets and squirrels right now. Yep, and they're gone just like that. Xeno loses the forward base here in this gambit, and the contain unsuccessful as Xinyu uses snakes to full effect here.
ZenoAkoop selling his ferrets and quickly trying to rebuild, but if Xeniu pushes out right now, ZenoAkoop's going to have a very hard time defending.
Say hello to poison. One warren is going to be tagged with poison right now. They are going to back off, making sure the snake doesn't needlessly die here. As all the warrens have been built up, so there is a nice little wall of warrens around the farms. We are closing on that 5-minute mark, as 4 farms are going to suddenly disappear. Yep, there they go. And in the meantime, Xeno is in a very tough spot right now. He's losing his warrens left and right to the snake. One snake already taken out, but another one's on its way very soon right now. He just needs to take out one more snake if possible. He's not close enough. The snake does retreat back to the high ground. Almost gets one more hit. But the pigeon's there.
So it's going to start healing it up really soon.
And he also tagged one of the few remaining farms that Xeno has. It's gone now. And Xeno only has 2 horns of squirrels to his name. He does take out the snake, but reinforcement is already making its way here right now. And Xeno trying to do his best to micro his 1 or 2 squirrels left alive, but that's it. It's GG's. Xiniu will be taking this to a game number 5.
ZenoAkoop going for the... I don't want to call it a disrespect play. It was an attempted contain, and it just didn't end up working the way he wanted it to. The snakes versus not having pigeons definitely working into Xeniu's favor right there. So yeah, let's go game 5. I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Xiniu challenging one of the older members of the Tooth and Tail community here, showing that he has what it takes to become the top player here. Xeno, unfortunately, with that contain, was not really able to shut Xiniu out, as he was able to dance around his machine gun nest very deftly with those snakes.
Yeah, the snakes basically countered both the machine gun nest and the ferrets because Xeno didn't have pigeons for that game. Looks like a Xeniu asked for about a minute pause time to catch his breath, most likely.
Oh, he deserves it. If he did not micro the snakes as well as he did, he would have lost so hard there.
Yeah.
Just making sure he dodged all the ferret shots in, tagging the machine gun nest once, and backing out immediately, forcing Xeno to sell and rebuild.
Definitely showing the power of good control and pigeon support for a composition like that. So yeah, I hope both players bring their best game for this game 5. Excited.
We just want like an army of owls versus an army of ferrets and owl. Wait, what? An army of snakes versus an army of ferrets. Let's do this. All tier 2s.
Doesn't sound nice. Alright, here we go. Looks like players are ready. Xeniu doing pretty much the same thing as last game, except for going wolf.
He believes
it's the same build.
This is the guy who's been championing the power of the snake throughout his competitive career here. And right now, here we go.
Players are not messing around. They know what they want to do.
These are the same loadouts here, and here we go into game number 5 here, the deciding one to see who moves on to the next round. And the bases are relatively close to each other this time, but Xiniu's base only has 1 entrance.
I expect that there will be some discussion about this map. Whoever takes this game, it doesn't matter, but there is going to be complaints about the map either way. Xeniu doesn't have a lot of space to build on unless he goes forwards, which he will have to if he wants to take his expansion, but his expansion isn't great because there's high ground right outside of it, so we'll see how it ends up going, whereas ZenoAkoop has 2 bases that are completely uncontested, so he can just get the backcountry, 3 bases actually.
Alright, here's a bit of an issue for Xiniu right now. He doesn't have any units. Oh, well, he just sells his own units. Never mind. I was wondering if Xeno was going to go for a very early push here, but he just sells off his Warren first in favor of farms, it looks like.
Yeah, Xeniu going 7 farm Warren, whereas ZenoAkoop is going to go 8 farm Warren. Both players deciding that early aggression may not be what they want to do.
Just play a little bit safer here, and Xiniu does have the mine out in front of his base there. It's actually a really good mine placement. It's the choke point into his own base.
Yep, that mine is going to do work if ZenoAkoop decides to push. And if he doesn't, then it's only 20 food, so it's not going to make a huge difference. Xeniu is building his tier 1 out in front, which is nice because it gives him warrens that are very hard to scout back in his main base. So if he does want to get out that wolf or a lot of snakes, then ZenoAkoop is probably going to be unable to scout it. Xeno does spot this one mine, does take it out. So
Xeniu wants the territory. He's going to go for this
he has to.
Expansion here. Make sure that he isn't going to be stuck in a corner like that. In the meantime, Xeno will respond with an expansion of his own, building up a little bit north of his own base here.
Does take out the commander, so ZenoAkoop's going to try and push into this. And ZenoAkoop has the squirrel numbers. He has 7 from 3 runs, whereas Xeniu only has the 2 squirrel warrens, courtesy of that base. He's going to go for a balloon.
He is going to be dropping a balloon right now with the mine right next to it, just as insurance here. And here he goes. Xeno trying to make his way up here. He dies though, unfortunately, on the high ground. His squirrels are now fair game, but Xeniu decides to just back up for the time being before he goes on in, and Xeno revives just in time to retreat his squirrels.
That was a win for Xeno though. Just the fact that he had more squirrels, he denies the balloon going up. So that's good. For ZenoAkoop, just stops Xeniu from reinforcing the position. Toads, I'm not too sure about, but he keeps like poking away at this mill and keeps Xeniu on his toes. if he builds farms on it and he gets sniped, then he loses quite a bit of food.
Xiniu does have the snake horn at the ready, and it's now currently building for him. In the meantime, Xeno trying to pressure up here. His toe does do a lot of damage, takes out the forward warren, and now Xeno's going to use his advantage here to try to press on forward. But there's the mine right there. If he approaches a little bit too close, he could be taken out. He first takes out the snake warren, so no more snakes on him, but all the scrolls are gone. Xeno is gone as well. Oh, a nice little trade there, I guess, is what you can say.
The mine kind of saved it.
The mine value, man.
Xeno has 11 farms. Xiniu is locked into this position now, and lost his snake horn, which was already building a snake. So he lost 100. He lost a lot of food there. These toads are kind of running in and dying, so they're not amazing from Xeno. But yeah, Xeniu
he's
has
doing
to
it again.
make a play here.
He believes in the power of the mines, my friend. 4 mines placed down immediately here. Looks like they will be built in time. No, not 1 is going to be taken down, 2 taken down, so he only has 2 mines on the high ground, which 1 does actually activate, but doesn't do enough damage to the army. Now Xeno marching his way down, taking out warren after warren here. As Xiniu, he only has 2 squirrels to his name right now, and the mines are of no use here. He has a snake warren behind him, but it might not be enough. The squirrels are now pouring on in. 2 farms gone, 3 farms gone, 4 farms gone, and now Xeno, he's not going to press his advantage here. He is just going to back off for the time being, but 4 farms gone for Xiniu.
Yeah, Xeniu.
And there goes the mines.
Oh, that was a good mine. ZenoAkoop just going with this toad and squirrel ball.
Oh, Xiniu, where are you going?
The game, probably.
He's doing his best. He's trying to get his snake up. He does have 2 snakes at the ready here to see how much they can use to defend, but it might not be enough. The toads are making their way in, the squirrels as well. They're just going to machine gun this mill down, and there we go. Xeno takes game number 3. 5. Whoops.
Number 5.
Number 5.
ZenoAkoop's going to be advancing. What a series, though. That was good.
So good plays for both guys, but ZenoAkoop will be